Radio.
Hey, yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Long time no see. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Night Owl. Once again, I believe you all remember my name. My name is Joel Kuan. All right, so how have you been during this CMCO? I believe some of you have begun to go out already. I myself, to be honest, I started going out already to a few restaurants, catching up with friends. However, of course, we still practice the SOP, which is the social distancing. But I still notice certain places they don't really do social distancing. So I think you should, if you are a patron there, you're a customer there, maybe you should go and tell the restaurant or the wherever the establishment you are that hey, social distancing is important for us to actually minimize the risks of getting the virus spread before we get a vaccine. So anyways, I've been out and about, chatting with friends, catching up, and a lot of people are a little bit skeptical or a little bit worried for what's going to happen in the future, in the near future. But from what I can say is, if we are still alive, we still have a fighting chance, all right? Don't give up, although things might be going downhill and things like that. But I believe if we don't give up, we can work it through, all right? So today is going to be an awesome day, all right? Because I have with me a special guest. He's from Asia Euro. And, sometimes when you go to restaurants, especially those fancy 5-star fine dining restaurants, and when you flip open the menu, you will be like, oh, can I have a glass of plain water? And to your surprise, the waiter says, sorry, sir, we don't serve any tap or filtered water here. We only serve premium mineral water. And you'll be thinking, hey, premium mineral water, expensive, bro. Can you not just go and get a tap water for me? But actually, to my surprise, I just lately found out that there is a specific reason why they only serve premium water. And today we're going to find out this reason why premium water is much more better than comparing to normal filter water. So I have with me a special guest from Asia Euro. He's taken his time off this wonderful evening. Thank you so much. So we're going to introduce him, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado. Let me introduce my good friend, Mr. Adrian from Asia Euro.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Thank you, Joel, for having me on the F4 Radio live show tonight.
Thank you so much for taking your time off this weekend to be on air. So how have you been during this CMCO?
Well, just staying safe, keep the social distancing, and having a good food. That's it.
Wow, good food. Who's cooking? Do you know how to cook, Adrian?
Well, I leave that to my girlfriend.
Wow, that's the good thing. Got people serve you, got people foxy you. For me, most of the time during CMCO, I have to order Grab food. So order food. Because the thing is, at home, it's just me and my mom. So if she were to cook, I'm afraid there will be too much to eat already. So there will be leftover. So instead, we just say, we order Grab food, then settle for the day. All right, amazing. So there are some people that will be joining us during this live stream. If you have any comments at all you would like to post, you have any questions to ask, please do so in the comment section, and then we can ask Adrian immediately according to your questions. All right, so Adrian, you're from Asia Euro. Can you tell us a little bit, what do you do there?
Right, so in Asia Euro, I'm the trade marketing that handles the brand of Aqua Panna and San Pellegrino mineral waters.
All right.
So this brand belongs to Nestle Waters, which is under Nestle.
Okay, interesting. And other than just waters, premium mineral water, does your company supply any other beverages? Like, let's say we are talking about whiskey, gin, wine, things like that. Any liquors?
Yes. My company also, they do supply whiskeys such as Kaicho, Tenyaku, which are the Japanese whiskeys. We also have Speyburn. Coming to gin, we have Karun gin.
Okay.
And also for wines, many red to white wines.
Wow. So I believe you have the privilege of drinking at work, is it?
I believe so.
Wow, that is everyone's dream, I think, to go to work and to know that before even the happy hour start, I start first.
Yes.
So, all right, you were mentioning that Asia Euro supplies whiskeys and gin. Actually, I have one question that has been pondering in my head for quite some time already. Is the years of whiskey. Is it really that important? Because sometimes when we go out to the bar or to the restaurants, when you pop open the menu, the first thing you will see that the older a bottle of whiskey is, the more expensive it becomes. So why is it so? Can you just give our audience a little bit of a history? Why is whiskey graded based on the years?
Right. So whiskey, first of all, age especially, it means the number shown on the bottle represents the minimum liquid age. So if you have, just an instance, the whiskey which is 12 years old, the minimum age of the liquid inside is 12 years old, has to be aged in a barrel. Then therefore, you have the master brewers, they could have put it in a little bit different, more older whiskeys.
Okay, so it could be like a blend of a few whiskeys to make that bottle, is it?
Yes.
Okay, then in terms of the years, just now you were mentioning that the year they have kept it in a barrel for X amount of years. For example, a bottle of Black Label, 12 years. So that means they kept it in the barrel for 12 years before they begin to bottle it up, am I right?
Yes, correct.
So why is it so that it has to be like specifically 12 years? I don't see in the market there is bottled 13 years or 14 years. It's like 12, 15, and 20, and so forth. Is there a specific reason?
There's no specific reasons. There are also some other whiskeys that are aged at 13 years old, 14 years old, 17 as well. So there's there's no specific way.
All right, then I look like a little dumb fella that does not know that this exists really. All right, so go ahead.
Yeah, so however, whiskeys, before they could be called whiskeys, they have to be aged and matured in a barrel for a certain year. So for Scotch whiskeys, they have to be made in Scotland, made with malted barley, and also aged in oak barrels, which have been used for first fill and second fill.
First fill and second fill. Can you elaborate a little bit more on what does that mean?
Yeah, so oak barrels that have been used during the first fill and second fill, meaning it could be from, they'll be used for bourbon barrels. Bourbon, which is an American whiskey. So usually what they buy the barrels from the American distilleries and then they further age their Scottish whiskies inside.
So that means they don't use brand new barrels. They use barrels that are used before.
Yes, just for more flavors, more color. So basically, alcohol is just pure white. That's neutral. There's no color. Colors come from the barrel.
Interesting. Never knew that. I know alcohol is like transparent because we do it in our chemistry class and things like that. But I never knew that the color from whiskeys and gin and everything comes from the barrel itself. Interesting. Okay, then I have certain friends. They have this habit of saying that, hey, I'm going to go to the market and buy a 12 years bottle of gold label, for example, and they keep it for 5-6 years. Okay, let's say they keep it for 8 years, 8 years would be 20 years old. So is that bottle going to be the same as they buy a 20-year-old gold label that states on the bottle it's barrel for 20 years, or is it going to be different?
Once the liquid, which I say probably the whiskey liquid, will only mature in the cask. Once they left the cask, they stop aging.
Okay.
Yes. So for your question, I would say you have to keep the bottle really tightly wrapped with your shrink wrap or keep it in a cool place area. The reason why is because we have this term called the angel's share, where the alcohol evaporates. So the longer you keep the bottle, and then it becomes lesser alcohol ABV. The strength of the alcohol.
So in another way is, if I don't keep it properly, my 12 years gold label, by 8 years down the road, I can finish the whole bottle and I don't feel anything at all.
Yes. So that's why a lot of the old folks back then, they said very smooth, when they drink the whole bottle of whiskeys.
Okay, makes sense. I should try that next time. Then I can bluff my friends when I'm over. Hey, see, I can whack the whole thing and I'm still fine. Interesting. Okay, so we talked a little bit about whiskey already, but let's talk something else. A beverage that I enjoy a lot is called gin, and I know that gin has different type of gin has different type of botanicals. For example, if you're talking about Roku gin, they infuse sakura flowers. If you talk about Bombay Sapphire, they infuse different kind of botanicals. does the amount of botanical actually affect the price of the gin? Like for example, Monkey 47 I know has a total of 47 botanicals. Then let's say Botanist has a total of 22 botanical. Does that really affect the flavor, the taste, or it's more boiled down to what the drinkers want?
Yeah, of course, the more botanical and herbs and spices putting into a gin, making into a gin, will definitely cater different types of flavored gins. You see, but I would say there's only a few main component botanical and herbs that are used for gin. Things
Alright.
like juniper,
Yeah.
pepper, angelica root, coriander. You have citrus fruit, lemon peel, orange peel, and cinnamon.
So these are like the core ingredients that is a must to be inside.
It's a must.
All
Yes.
right, interesting. Then, okay, gin. Is it really like you can only mix it with tonic water? Like that's the common way of drinking gin is gin and tonic. Or
Yeah, so there are many types of gin. There are 5 types of gin, and that's how I know. So you have the London Dry Gin, which is a very classic gin everybody knows. And you have new wave gins, or we call it the modern London Dry gins. They also have the Geneva gins, Old Tom gins, and also slow gins, or you can call it flavored gins. So usually when you go to a bar, you call for a tonic, gin and tonic, GNT. That's a very classic cocktail. However, gins such as like Geneva gin, they are like somewhat aperitif. So maybe after your meal, you want to have something sip slowly and going through the night. Yeah, so you go Geneva gin, just neat.
wow, I did not know you can drink gin neat. Really?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. I should go and find out this Geneva gin and try it out for myself. Because from what I know, I've tried drinking Hendrix
Hendrix.
neat on the basically on the rock lah, not neat lah, on the rock, and I couldn't even go past the smell of it because it's very strong. Gin has a very strong and pungent smell.
Yes.
All right, so
yeah.
okay, interesting. All right, so we talked a little bit about whiskeys, a little bit about gin. Have you any? Do you have any other things that you want to share about the specific, the specialty of gin or whiskey? Anything else?
I think first of all, another thing is a lot of people heard about whiskey by the batch.
Yes. Okay, whiskey by the batch.
Yes. So whiskey by the batch, it means whiskeys that are produced in small batches by mixing different liquid, meaning different whiskeys selected only in small selected barrels. And what they do is usually it's very high in ABV. Means like alcohol is really high, somewhere around 40 to 60%. And they usually matured in very special, matured special casks, I would say.
Okay.
Sometimes they use sherry casks. So what happens is you have these whiskey batches and also the liquid we call unchilled filtered. So you don't actually tone down the alcohol, so people can actually taste the full flavor of the whiskey.
Tone down the alcohol. So basically, the brewery will actually reduce the alcohol once they remove from the barrel or something like that.
Yeah, especially for blended whiskeys that are like commercial. You can see there's always whiskeys are so consistent. Why it's only 40%.
Yeah.
Right. So then you can meet some unchilled filtered whiskeys or whiskey by the batch. You can see some are like 47, 51.4. So all these are considered as small batch whiskeys.
Interesting, because sometimes when I go out and order drinks, order a bottle, when they come, I see like it's batch 520 or batch 67 or things like that. And I was a little bit confused. Hey, I thought whiskeys are usually by the years. So at least now you explain a little bit. Oh, okay, interesting. So now I know that certain whiskey, they are in batches as well. Interesting. So, okay, just now we were talking about whiskey and gin, especially during the whiskey part. You have like 12 years, 20 years, you are kept in the cask, kept in the barrel itself. Then what about wine? like let's say for example, I have a 2017 bottle of wine. If I were to keep it properly in a chill room, in a wine cellar and things like that, would the price increases when I kept it well and then bring it out and drink after that? I mean,
Yes,
or
of course.
sell it.
Of course, yeah, the wine, if you keep it really well in the chiller and you wrap it with the shrink wrap to prevent the angel shares, people are always looking for vintages wine. Reason why? Because every year when growers for the grapes, wine grapes, are very special. A reason why it's the climate and the geographical environment changes from year to year. So the produce of the grapes will be different, and so it could be a little bit dry or it could be a little bit more fruity. That will affect the flavor of the wine. What happens is probably some certain years of that wine and people really loves it and it's considered worldwide accepted as the best wine. So and sometimes you heard some wines that are like 1986 Lafite. Everybody loves that. Yes. So it really is important to keep the wine.
Especially keep it properly. Just to share a simple story, there was one time me and my colleagues on AFO radio, we went to Penang. And this wine cellar they invited us to say, hey, come on over to do a wine tasting session with us. So this owner, I forgot what is his name, but really friendly chap. He took out a bottle and it looks really, really aged, like he dug it up from the sand or something, and like he kept under the sand. The whole bottle was the vinyl on it was messed up and things like that. And he poured up for me and he asked me to drink. So I myself, I'm not a wine drinker. I know wine, you have Merlot, you have Shiraz, all these kind of different flavors, you have full body and things like that. So I'm not a wine drinker. I only know wine tastes like grape juice. So I went and took a sip of that really, really old bottle of wine. And he asked me, Kuan, can you tell us how do you feel about this wine? So I don't want to offend him. So I said, it tastes pretty nice, but from my own understanding, it actually tasted horrible. But I didn't want to say anything. So I said, it tastes very nice. It's very sweet. Just trying to act like I know what is going on. So they all started laughing and everything. And they only revealed to me, actually, this bottle was not kept properly. So they decided to open and just try it out. And I was a guinea pig to go and try it. So they told me, tomorrow, hopefully, you don't go to the hospital or you won't have diarrhea or things like that. So during that night, I only found out that, I did not know it would affect the bottle so much. I thought it would just be like, it's going to be a little bit diluted or don't taste so good. But I didn't know that if you don't keep it properly, it would just go bad, like really, really bad.
Yes.
So that's just a simple story that I wanted to share with you, just to a simple joke. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I believe that you are here on this online live stream is to actually learn more about premium water. Like I mentioned during our introduction, when you go to a fancy restaurant and the restaurant say, hey, we don't serve tap water, we don't serve filtered water, we only have premium mineral water. And to your surprise, you're thinking, what is the difference? That it's just water. At the end of the day, our mind will perceive it as just H2O. It's just something that we need to consume. But of course, premium water has its reason why is it called a premium water. For example, if you were to drink a bottle of red label and to compare it to a blue label, why is it the blue label called a premium whiskey, whereby a red label is just called a standard whiskey? So today, of course, Adrian is a specialist in this premium water, and he's going to explain a little bit more. And I had the privilege, he came over to my house just now to pass me a few bottles of this premium water. I'm going to enjoy myself tonight with water. But first, Adrian, can you just tell us a little bit more about this thing called a premium mineral water?
Yes. I would go drive a little bit on the general types of water. So basically, water it's all around the world. You can find it anywhere, but it's very important to know it comes also where the source from. So it could be from sea, river, you have underground, you have lake, mountain, etc. And then why you have different categories of water sold in retails and restaurants and cafes, because you have filtered water, you have tap water, you have these mineral water, drinking water.
Okay.
Why fine dining restaurants? Basically, they always have these premium waters because first of all, it's clean, it's pure. You have good mineral contents, and also a very good pH level.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then driving down, there's different types of premium water as well. You have the sparkling mineral water and also the still mineral water. So sparkling means there's no bubbles, there's no CO2 bubbles in it. Well, no, sorry, I'm sorry. Sparkling means you have the bubbles, you have CO2 in it, while the still mineral water doesn't have the bubbles.
For a second there, I thought I've been saying the wrong thing for so long. I thought sparkling is like it's sparkling juice. So, okay, as you can see up on screen, we have the Aqua Panna, which is this bottle over here. And so this one is from Tuscana, Italia.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit more about this bottle over here?
Sure. So Aqua Panna, they started bottling it in 1564. It's from Italy, originate from Tuscany, specifically the Mugello region.
Okay.
So this is a natural still mineral water. The source of the water comes from the underground. It flows underground for 15 years. So meaning every bottle of Aqua Panna that you are drinking, it has 15 years old, in it, because it has been flowing underground for 15 years.
Wow. Okay, so I'm literally drinking history then.
Yes.
Okay, so I see here it says it's very smooth and velvety. What does that mean by smooth, velvety, balanced, and soft?
So basically, Aqua Panna, it means smooth and velvety. So it has a certain body to the water. When you drink it, it kind of rolls on your palate, on your tongue. And then it's also very pure. It does not alter your drinks and also does not alter your palate when you do your food tastings and your meals.
Okay, so basically, in a layman term, we would say that it's more like a neutral H2O, whereby it doesn't affect that. Oh, okay, after you drink this water, then you taste a little bit salty, or the food will become salty a little bit, something like that. Right?
Yes.
Okay, then we have another bottle here, which is the sparkling one. This is I keep having a hard time pronouncing its name. San Pellegrino, am I right?
You are right.
All right, so this is a sparkling water, I believe, from Italy as well. So can you tell us a little bit more about this sparkling water?
Sure. So San Pellegrino, it's a natural sparkling mineral water. So what it is, natural meaning we do not add CO2 into the water because they get the CO2 naturally in the water. First of all, they started bottling at 1899, originated from this specific area called Bergamo. So this town is also called as San Pellegrino.
Okay.
So this is the source. And then the water comes down from the mountain. So the years of the water running through the mountain is about 30 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
It's interesting. So you said that the water is naturally carbonated. So
yes.
I can't really understand how can water be fizzy without putting CO2 into it.
Right, that's the magic of San Pellegrino. So this specific area called Bergamo, right, is basically it's located in the Italian Alps. So you can imagine it's mountainous areas. It's very high altitude, and then you have snow and rain going through the top of the mountain. That is the water. As it goes seeping through the mountain, it carries the minerals and all the other total dissolved solid minerals as well. What happens, they will run through to a certain ground level. It's a pocket. What happens is, because if you're really deep down in the underground, probably looking at 2,000 meters, you have heat from underground. and that's where the chemical reaction of the water with the minerals, and there it goes. Magically, it has the CO2 inside.
Interesting. I never knew that existed before. All along in my mind, I thought sparkling water is pumped with CO2. Okay, so at least today I learned something interesting. San Pellegrino has naturally carbonated water. Okay, so today we're going to do a mineral water tasting. And just now before our live stream, you have sent me like this steps that I need to do. So I prepared myself, ladies and gentlemen, at home in my house. We don't drink premium water. We only have filtered water. So this is my humble little jar of filtered water that I have and I drink every day. So now today, together with Adrian, we're going to compare, okay, what is the differences? How does it taste? Drinking filtered water, sparkling water, and as well our Aqua Panna, the natural mineral water, premium mineral water. So Adrian, what should I do first?
Is it okay if I lower down a little bit? So
Can. Oh.
So first of all, you have your glass.
Yes, I have my glasses over here.
Great. 3 sets of glass. First, you pour a glass of San Pellegrino.
San Pellegrino, all right. So you can hear, I believe, the... Oh. All right. So I'm going to pour it in. Okay, what about the next glass?
The next glass, you can pour the Aqua Panna.
Next glass, I'm going to pour Aqua Panna. All right. And then... Okay.
Lastly, you can pour yourself the a tap water or a filtered water.
Mine. Okay, so straight out from the cup, I can see that, okay, this one here is a San Pellegrino, which is fizzy, and then this one here is Aqua Panna. It's clear.
Yeah.
Okay, so what should I do now?
So we go with the tap water first.
Okay.
All right. So what we do, usually we do nosing. So if you do you smell anything?
No, smells like water.
Right. So after that, we take a sip, do a tasting.
So when we taste water, do we like taste it like wine or whiskey, where we gargle in our mouth?
Yes, you do that. Let it coat your tongue. Probably you are still thinking, it's just normal water, right?
Yeah, for now, it's just the same water that I've been drinking the whole day. Okay.
Okay, so second step is we take out the San Pellegrino.
Okay.
So sparkling mineral water, basically, they have high sulfate as well. So what they do is they act as a natural palate cleanser.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's do your nosing first. Do you smell anything?
I smell a hint of... Okay, it smells different, but I can't really explain the smell.
Right.
Okay.
No worries. So we go do it tasting. How do you taste? You feel the first rush of the bubbles going through your palate, right?
Yep.
This to your palate.
Okay.
But after that, you will feel what I call this a sense of like rubbery taste. Like if you kind of feel like it cleans your tongue.
Okay. Yep.
When you taste the water again, let's do it again. You might taste a little bit of bitterness or earthiness. That is what you call it as a minerals. So if a water that spends 30 years underground, it will carry some taste. So these are the mineral tastes.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes.
I'm enjoying my San Pellegrino now.
It's good as a palate cleanser. So you want to do your drinking, you want to do your wine tastings, even go for your food tastings. Usually what they do, they will prepare a glass of sparkling water on the side.
Okay, never knew that. Okay, so like you said that since it's carbonated, it cleanses your palate. So it's good that you say that. So next time, if you are tuning in right now, you want to do your food tasting, we will suggest you to get sparkling water, or if you can, get the San Pellegrino, and then cleanse your palate. Every time you have something, then at least you have the natural taste of the next food that you're going to eat.
Great. So third step,
Okay.
let's try taking back the tap water.
Okay, tap water.
You might taste the tap water a little bit of flavor now if you try to open it.
Okay, there is a difference in it, just a very slight difference.
Slight hinge, slight point.
Yeah, very, very slight difference.
Yes.
Like I can literally taste a hint of like the chlorine or something like that. Like the idea is it's the chlorine or something like that.
Yes.
Okay.
So, yes. And then you can, if you want, just go back to your San Pellegrino, and then we just clean the palette again. So now, after cleaning a palette, we can go with the Aqua Panna.
Okay.
So Aqua Panna, like I said, it's a natural still mineral water, but it's just a normal water, right? So what's so special about this water is, first of all, the pH level, it's somewhere around 7.8. So it's slightly on the alkaline side, which is good for your body.
Okay.
Another thing is the minerals. As a consumer, whenever you go out and purchase any ingredients, let's say, for instance, mineral water, make sure you have to know what you are paying is what you get, which is the amount of minerals. For Aqua Panna, they have silica, they have also magnesium, they also have calcium. Minerals like this are not easy to obtain in any types of food.
Okay.
Yep. So magnesium is good for your body. It aids your body to absorb other minerals. Silica is good for your cell regeneration, whereas calcium is good for your bones.
Okay. Wow. Okay, I did not know that there's so many benefits to drinking mineral water. Okay, interesting.
Yes. So let's try your Aqua Panna right now.
Okay, let's take a sniff. It's literally what it says, smooth and velvety. It's really, really smooth. Surprisingly, it's very smooth. It's I mean,
you can feel that something, the first gulp, you can actually feel the water actually rolls down. There's some sort of body to it. Yes.
It's like, okay, I never thought to myself that I could explain water so precisely, but it kind of feels like, okay, to put it in layman's term, it's like air. It's like you're breathing air. There's no like, okay, when you drink tap water, this is tap water. Kind of feels like there's a lump of something that you need to swallow.
Yes.
But when I'm drinking this Aqua Panna, it just feels like it flows into your system rather than forcing it down.
Yes. It feels lighter, right?
Yes. Okay. Wow. Interesting.
So I would like everyone to know that water is just not only water. There's many types of water. Hence why there is top dollar restaurants that you're paying. They only serve you premium fine dining waters like Aqua Panna and San Pellegrino. It really enhances your dining experience. Just to share a little bit of a food pairing guide. For San Pellegrino, which is a natural sparkling mineral water, it goes well with your red wine. It goes well with meat, rich flavor food. Whereas Aqua Panna, it goes well with white wine and even your sparkling like champagne. All right. And then for food, it goes well with things like fish, pasta. Things are like softer flavors, like carbonara pastas, softer flavors.
Okay. So the San Pellegrino is something like a red wine, whereby it goes well with meat, and then Aqua Panna goes well with something lighter, like what wine is, right?
Yes.
White wine.
White wine. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Well, thank you so much for sharing this with me. I mean, I've not actually I mean, usually when I go out to premium restaurants, they said that, okay, you need to order a bottle of Aqua Panna. That's the water that we serve. I'll just order it and drink it like, okay, it's just water. Never really put into account to think about it as so. Interesting. So, okay, another thing. You asked me to take out a bottle of white wine. So, are we going to do something with it?
Yes, of course. I'll guide you tonight. I have to be a little bit sober. So
Okay.
I'll guide you.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, so what am I going to do?
So do you have 2 glasses of white wine?
I only have one.
One, great. I think one will be all right. So first of all, pour a glass of wine.
Okay.
All right, and try to nose it and remember remember the notes.
Remember the notes.
Yeah, the flavor, the aroma.
Okay, okay.
All right, then try sipping it. Sip, do not down it.
Mm. Okay.
Okay, great. Do you still have the 2 glass? One is the tap water and the Aqua Panna.
Aqua Panna, yes. Okay, tap and Aqua Panna.
Okay, it's pretty similar level, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you pour another part of wine into both glasses, same amount.
Same amount. Okay, I'm going to
Yeah.
use my handy dandy wine cap here just to.
Yeah, pour a few caps.
Okay, we have a comment here. Linda Wong said that I've learned something interesting today. Okay, good.
Great.
Glad that you're learning something interesting. I myself am learning something interesting also. Never knew that we could do this. Okay, so I have 2 caps of it.
Okay. Swirl it.
Okay, swirl.
Oh, you pour a little bit more of wine, like probably a little bit more from your balance of your glass just now that you taste. Yeah. Pour a little bit more.
Oh, pour a little bit more. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get up. Pour 5 caps lah.
Yeah, can.
Okay, done.
Okay, so mix it well.
Okay.
Mix it well.
Okay.
So I believe just now you tasted the actual wine. So
yes.
Now you start with the tap water mixed with the white wine. Try to drink it and also nose it as well. Just small sips. And remember the flavor that has been, diluted and changed.
Okay. Tastes a little bit sour compared to the normal one.
Okay, so there's a sharp change to the wine.
Yes.
Then now try the Aqua Panna mixed with the white wine.
Okay.
The portion is still diluted, but it kind of retains the flavor more compared to the tap water.
Yes, it does. It does.
So in the actual tasting, we actually pour the white wines both sides together, and then just a little bit dash of water. Then you will see a huge difference, especially for sommeliers and even for restaurant owners.
Okay, interesting. Oh wow. Okay. So just a quick recap. When I drink the pure 100% white wine, it just tastes like white wine. When I drink it with tap water, basically it kind of feels like if you have the idea that you go to McDonald's, you buy a bottle, you order Coca-Cola, and you left the cup of Coke for very long, the ice all diluted already. So it kind of tastes like that. It's like a diluted wine. But this one here, it still retains the flavor. It's still very full in your mouth. But it kind of have an additional taste to it when I drink the white wine.
Great.
All right. Interesting. Okay, so I hope everyone here learned something new. And with this knowledge, you can go to some restaurants, order yourself an Aqua Panna, and then tell your friends, hey, at AFO Radio, Adrian teach me how to properly enjoy premium water. Now I have knowledge also. Maybe when I go out dating, the time I can tell the girls I'm taking off for date, hey, you know, I got extra knowledge, I teach you a little bit.
That's good. That's good.
All right. So thank you so much, Adrian, for taking your time to share with me the amazing natural mineral water. I've learned a lot today. Hopefully, you've enjoyed this session as well.
Yes, I enjoyed.
Would you have any other things that you would like to add for your viewers out there? We have run a little bit over time, but we just do a quick one and then we can call it a night for today. So, do you have anything you want to add?
I think the only thing that I want to add is support Aqua Panna and support the San Pellegrino.
You have a loyal customer here right now. So every time when I go out, okay, I'm going to order Aqua Panna already.
Best friend.
Awesome. All right. So thank you so much. Last thing. Would you have doing any promo during the CMCO that you like to promote, or you just suggest that our viewers, our friends, to head on down to the local grocery store to purchase their items?
Yeah, they can head down to grocery stores like Jaya Grocer, Village Grocers, and even down to Aeon Just Girls. They can find our product there.
Awesome, amazing. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have for tonight. We have run over a little bit just because it was so interesting. I didn't want the session to end as well. If I could do tasting, would be much better. And I have so much more questions for Adrian, like, okay, what is the differences between natural mineral water? You have RO water, you have tap distilled water that you can purchase in convenience store. But those questions, we will leave it for some other time that we have Adrian together with us. And hopefully one day after the CMCO, we can invite you to our studio and then give all of our DJs the proper water tasting session. Shall we do it? Awesome.
Sure.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have for today. Thank you so much, Linda, for all your comments. Our friends like Wilson say, go Adrian. And then we have Adrian Leong as well saying that, yo, superstar Adrian. Oh. All right, so that is all for tonight. Thank you so much, Adrian. Hope to see you very, very soon. We can catch up for some food together with Audrey as well.
Sure. Thank you, AF4 Radio, and thank you, Joel, for having me here tonight.
You are so much welcome. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you are staying safe, staying home, staying healthy during the CMCO. Remember to practice social distancing, sanitize your hand, wear your mask, wash your hands regularly, and enjoy the whole year. Although we are hitting a downhill fall, but be strong. We will go through this together. And once we are done, there will be a much brighter day ahead. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Have a good night and see you again soon. Thank you.